What's up guys, and welcome to Maso Hendo Plays. Today we have another re-upload of a video game I played on my previous channel, Mason the Brock Henderson. While I'm still working on moving my backlog of videos over to this one, I will continue to upload current Let's Plays on that channel. I also do reviews of TV shows and movies on that channel, and if you want to see me talk soccer, you can check out my other channel, Blues and Stripes. But to try to get caught up as quickly as possible, I'll be uploading 2 videos per day until we get caught up to the present series that I'm on. But with all that being said, let's get to the video. What's up guys, Mason the Brock Henderson here with a Let's Play of the Stanley Parable. So this is a little bit different than what I've been playing recently, but kind of wanted to take a little bit of a break from the JRPG type of game, just for a little bit. And I know this isn't a super long game, so I figured I'd get probably a few videos out of this, but this is a game that obviously I've heard a lot about. I don't know much about what actually happens, I just know it's very highly regarded. So it's one I've been interested to check out for a while, but I kind of wanted to capture my first reactions to it. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure, so I did look up to confirm there are multiple endings for this. I'm gonna try my best to get every single one. I don't know exactly how the endings work in this game, but I have played other games where there are multiple endings, and I do like to try to get every single one, so I figured I would incorporate that into my Let's Play series as well. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like I said, I don't know anything really about the actual story of this, and I'm kind of excited to go into this as blind as possible. So, I like the fact that you can see on the computer, screen within a screen within a screen within a screen all the way down to the bottom there. I like that. But with that, let's begin the game. Wait, end is never the end is never the end is loading. Doesn't seem to be moving. Do I need to move this for you? I think it might just be taking a long time to load.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Whoa.
Employee number 427's
Little skip there, that was weird.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came spinning through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy for Stanley then.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
That's weird.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
That's rude.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
But what if I don't want to step out of my office? I want to stay at the computer and press my buttons. That's what I'm good at. Let me do that. Is there anything I can do in here? Alright, it doesn't seem like any of the other...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Exactly.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me.
Not at all.
In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy.
Yeah.
Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Yeah.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer.
Okay.
Here it comes.
I don't want to go outside. Alright, Mr. Narrator, you got me. You got me. I'll step outside. 428? No. Not in. 429? Also not in.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man, I just knew.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I just knew when I came into work today. I knew this was going to be a bad day for me. I spilled my coffee on the way in. I dropped my briefcase and all of my papers fell out. It was not a good day. Not a good day at all. What time is it? 11:23? Damn, it's not even close to lunchtime. I'm upset. Can I close this door? No? Okay. We'll keep walking then. Meeting room? Where's the meeting room? Meeting room! Meeting room! Everybody meet me in the meeting room, please. Where's the meeting room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But what about the door on the right? Mr. Narrator, are you watching me? What if I don't follow your instructions? What if I'm a rebel? No, you know what? I'm tired of being told what to do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Can I get
Stanley
a
simply
soda?
stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I get a soda? No? Okay. I'll keep going.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't think so. Can't tell me what to do.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I have been fired. You don't know anything about me. I mean, what? See, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. What am I lying about? I don't know. Ooh, it's a big old warehouse. Let's see, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. Ha! Joke's on you, I don't have any money.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh my god. Holy shit. That's amazing. What? Phone? Whose phone?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere.
What?
Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
But that... You... So You told me to... Wait, is that computer on? What's going on here? Those things weren't on earlier, were they? Is that computer on? Turn all these computers off. People are wasting batteries. What? Or batteries, wasting electricity. Okay. Input received.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I'll listen to you this time, Mr. Narrator. Dying put me in a better mood, so I'm willing to listen to instructions now. Are all these doors locked? Can I... Why is it so bright outside? Can't see anything.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. What is this? Meeting schedule? I want to alter it. Can I put like a giant penis on the board? That would be funny. Bet everybody would get a kick out of that. What's this? Targets. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Ooh, coffee. I could use some coffee. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Wait, what was that? Standardized graphs 40 times wide. Not cost efficient. What do we do here? Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Are we a paper company? Is this the office? Am I about to go meet Michael Scott? Solving interpersonal conflict. What are your dreams of the future? Dreams. Oh, dreams. I miss dreams. Dreams were fun, weren't they? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no exception of promotion or recognition, and don't get fired. I think all those are pretty easy. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, well, guess there's nothing else in here. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Yeah, I thought Chris was in here. I'd rather stay in the broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm gonna stay right here. It's a nice little room.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Just bob my head to some music going on inside my head. Every little thing.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
I'm not coming out of the closet.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Don't ask questions. Just enjoy myself in the closet.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
I'm just curious.
It didn't occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, guess what? I like the broom closet, okay? Don't judge me.
Maybe
play with this wrench.
This is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I'm going to text one of my friends that right now.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Hey,
he probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, now, don't tell everybody that. God, that's my own personal problem,
I've
man.
come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
What?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Well, that's tough because I'm
who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So far, I'm only 19 minutes into this. I'm loving this. This is fantastic. Alright, I just messaged my friend about the broom closet ending. Let's see if they're concerned about me.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I'm the same person.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs seems more fun. Ooh, under the staircase?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Good point.
All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
It's true.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my
Why
god.
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
What the?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
What?
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Oh god.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Oh no.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer.
Oh wait,
an
this isn't different?
explanation. His
Or
co-workers
this is
weren't
different.
actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job.
Oh no, this
pushing
is the
buttons.
same.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh god.
Then
I'm floating.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
That's a good question.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Good question, voice in my head.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
I'm
Was
confused.
Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
I'm just
Did the voice not see him float
continuing
and
to
make
walk.
the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This
yeah,
voice
tell
was a
me,
part
voice.
of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That
Yes.
this was a
I'm
dream.
gonna do that.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up,
Is this the
he
Matrix?
thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
My wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I'm okay. I am okay. I'm not okay. I'm still here. Voice?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the hell?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
This is the Mariella Parable now? God. Ooh, that got a little weird.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Wait, what? Turn off that computer again. Oh. Input received. Turn that off. Come on, people. Stop leaving your computers on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, well, we went to the left side last time. Let's do the right side this time.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Didn't try any of these doors last time, so gonna do that this time. Nope. Nope.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this
Give me some coffee.
on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Yeah.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this painting. This is it's can't really see it up close.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Hey, that's rude. I mean, yeah, people don't necessarily like to be around me, but psh.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Really? What will that message be, Mr. Voice? Could you tell me? Are you in the ceiling, by the way? Or are you just inside my head? What time is it now? 11:25. Still not even lunchtime. Damn. Alright, well, I guess we'll continue.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, so let's see. Where do we go from here, I wonder? Maybe through this room? Need a key card for that. Well, can I...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh, really?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Wait, her? Do you have my wife?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
What? Oh, I don't like this. Oh, God.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Let me out. Voice, let me out. I don't like this. It's getting a little spooky. Let me out. What if I just didn't pick it up? You can't tell me what to do, voice.
1 hour later.
Alright, fine.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, God.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I hate this.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Or, no, 0, my bad.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press 2. What if I press 1? Or 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. I'm not going to press 2. Can't make me do it. You know? Smash. Alright, we'll press 2.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press U? Seems like too difficult a task. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I think it's that one.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh, that's kind of sad. Press C to watch TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
But I wanted to...
The thought excited him
TV?
terribly.
Wife, where's the TV? Spend time with the boys. I have children?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two
Where's the
open
children?
doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
0 to prepare dinner? Are we going to microwave some pizza? Is it O this time?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down
where's
one
dinner?
path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
8 to tell your kids a story? What kids? There are no kids in here.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
But, hey, listen, I got something to tell you.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
What? I hate Mondays. I do. Can I go to sleep?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, well, I'll press 2.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Well,
how can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Is there a mirror? Question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Die.
And I tried.
Oh. I died. Well, that was the most unsettling ending of all of them so far. Well, I guess here we go again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Mr. Voice, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this is I'll just turn that off.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Now it's on all the computers. Mr. Voice, I don't like this. It is very unnerving. Just turn all these off. Okay. We'll try this again.
He entered the door on his left.
But what if... I'm just kidding. I'll listen this time. Or try to at least.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
What?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Alright. There's our favorite broom closet. Okay, let's
Coming
go
to a
up.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. That's cool. You get your own bathroom? I wish I could get my own bathroom. Oh. Hang on. Input. There we go. Sir?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh, well, I guess I'm just stuck in here then. Play some piano? No? Okay. I can't leave.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Ah, damn. If only I could find out the secret combination. Ooh, what's that up there?
2845.
I know, I wish I could find that out somehow, but there's just no way to know how to find it out. Maybe he put it in the fireplace. Ooh, what's this?
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay, cool. Who knew? Who knew that would happen? Sweet. Thanks, Mr. Voice. Alright, what's going on in here? Why is everybody disappearing? What are we doing? Why does my boss have an elevator?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I do.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah, well, I'm not allowed to question your voice, so...
When for years, it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What? Oh, there's an escape. I'm gonna escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna escape.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm going to escape.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Exactly. And... see, I'm still alive.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
What?
Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
That's rude.
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No, no, you can't. You can't. I can't. What?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Who the... What the... What's happening now?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What? My mind's starting to get confused. What is happening?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh. Well, that's sad. Nature paintings. That's cool. Stanley's computer. Can I... I still can't press buttons? Lame. Hey, it's my office. And then I walk out here. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Okay. I guess this means Stanley's getting to see how his game was made. Poor guy's probably losing his mind. Pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Filing cabinets. Still can't do anything about them. The office computer's up. Somebody left them on. Yep, there's a desk. The office. All these doors are still locked. Button sounds. Selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Okay, start with 1. Okay. Huh. This is definitely the most meta I think I've ever seen a game get before. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as the extension of it. An exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Wait, what the? Somebody turn these on again. Goodness. Credits. What? The game's not over. What the hell's going on here? We're not done yet. Who keeps turning these damn computers on? Stay off. Stay off. You listen to directions about as well as I do. Oh, where do I go now? I guess... Go this way. The office. Maintenance room? Early version of the maintenance room? Okay. Seems like the way to go. What's on this side? Or did they both lead up? Boss's office? Huh. That's cool. Showing it get slowly built. That damn office clock. It's not even 11:30 yet. The freedom ending. The very first incarnation of the freedom ending in this game's alpha. I don't think I reached that ending yet. Countdown desk. Countdown ending? I've not reached that one. Freedom ending. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down. Placed the two endings together instead. Oh, that's funny. Countdown room. Game design mock-up. This is a level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. Strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. Basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Interesting. Oh, it's my office. Wait. Oh, it's different versions, I guess, showing how it's changed. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, third in February 2013. Oh, that's kind of cool. So is this really the end of the game? Subject, some questions. How do you make a JRPG? Wait, oh crap. How do you type with boxing gloves on? What? After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we'd initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. How do you stay in shape? Michael the Rock Martin. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you bargain with a magician to receive it? Oh, I missed the last question. Oh my god. I'm not reading all that. That's too much. God, there really is just so much to look at. What? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Wow. This is insane. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win, to lose, more endings, more narrators, fewer narrators. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. I wondered about that. Oh, I thought it was actually going to show like an explosion or something. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. That was a good way to end the first run through. Second version of functionally the same as what's in the final game. Wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Goodness, even this little area is just so expansive. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. What is this? Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the Zending. Players would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. I can't pull it now though. Trailers. Ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. The first one, released in May 2012, features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. This is kind of cool. Huh. We've also got the Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending Motel. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. Game is now paused. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Okay. I think I'm... Oh. I didn't see it do that before. That's cool. Okay, I feel like that's the way out of here, so I want to go check and see what's in this other room. Although I feel like I'm kind of spoiling myself a little bit on what some of these endings are, but got the narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting. Who are you talking? The voice of the narrator recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are the clips from early takes that were not used.
All of his co-workers. Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Now look closer. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room.
That's cool. I'm glad they included all of those. Almost kind of a, I would say, a deleted scenes type of thing. Well, here we are at the exit. I guess this is the way out?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Do I just flip this switch? I guess so.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
What do you mean?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Aw. Hello? Is this the game taking forever to load again, or am I supposed to do something here? Am I supposed to begin the game again? I truly don't know. We will continue on, though.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, voice. I will listen to you this time. While also turning off all these computers. These people can't seem to follow instructions.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
Yeah, door on the
doors,
left.
he entered the door on his left.
And I'm gonna walk in here. Oh
Yet
no,
there was not
nobody
a single
here.
person here either.
Guess I'll go see the
Feeling a wave
boss.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his bosses. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Alright, we're good. I'm glad they
Coming to a
included it.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And here we go. Still wish I could use that bathroom, but... Wait, this computer's not on.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his
I can't do any of that.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be?
Alright,
In
give
fact, this keypad guarded the
28545.
terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm floating right now.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward. into the opened passageway.
Let's do this. Alright, back down here we are. Now let's see if we can figure out what's going on in here.
The red mind control facility.
Alright, mind control facility. And press the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. Gotta say, this is it's a pretty intense room. Guess I gotta press the camera's button.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Whoa.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Whoa. That's, how many workers are here? Did I see that get up into 300s? Jeez. Wait, here we go. 600. Oh, see fired up there. I think it said employee fired. Wait, what is this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Well, that's a horrifying thought.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Right?
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Oh, God.
Happy, or sad, or content.
Control status
eating,
offline.
Working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
destroy
he
it.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, wait, what's this? 1 or 2? And choose 1. Oh, okay, did nothing. That console's disabled. Facility power. Seems like a not great place to stand. 5. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. There's a button up here. What are all these buttons for? 4. Am I supposed to press them in order? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? What about this big red button? Really can't press that? Lame. I thought I'd just try a few of those. None of those worked. So we will continue on. What's going on in here? Ah, system power.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
But what if I could control it, though?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
What?
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
What?
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Run.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
No.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
Crap.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy.
What am I supposed to do?
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments
What's this?
each one of
2.
them is.
2.
More time to talk about
Seeing all the
you,
2s. Let's
about
go press
me,
2.
where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was
Incorrect.
merely in this instance of the story.
1.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
I'm confused.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything
3.
and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness,
what am I doing?
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yep.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen.
Yep, I'm trying to figure this out. Shut up.
Little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Didn't try the door,
Do
actually.
you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
No.
Stanley.
Shut up, narrator.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
There's
You're
nothing
only
over
still
here.
playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not
big
a
red button.
challenge. It's a tragedy.
Crap.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
427.
Take a look at the
What?
clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
I don't believe you.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Well. Okay, Mr. Narrator. I wonder if there actually is a way to get out of that room. Have I tried these doors? Yes. I might not have, but... yeah, whatever. Oh.
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside. To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart.
But look,
He
Mr.
would know
Narrator.
room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh,
Yeah.
that little picture of a horizon
There's
or
a way to get up
something.
into the ceiling.
It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
Let me in. Let me in! Mr. Narrator! I want to get in there. I'm gonna go backwards. What happens then?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ah, Mr. Narrator, you're no fun.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Yeah, there could be something there. You don't know. See, what's that open door over there? That seems interesting. Oh, we'll keep going now.